Grand rising, my butterflies. It's your girl, Mell B. And you already know what time it is. It's Women in Business Wednesday. This is the day we honor who hustle with heart, grind with grace, and build legacies that outshine limits. Today we're focusing on the power of concentration because when your energy is shattered, so is your impact. And who better to represent that focus and fearlessness than the one and only Miss Cardi B, the Bronx-born butterfly who turned her story into strategy and her pain into purpose. From strip clubs to stage, to reality TV, to royalty status in business and in music, Cardi B has refined what it means to stand on all 10. So grab your coffee, grab your notepad, and let's get this morning started. Focused, fabulous, and on fire. All right, our affirmation of the day is I am focused, I am fierce, and I am flourishing. I don't chase chaos, I cultivate clarity. So say it again with me, butterflies. My focus is my filter. I choose what deserves my time, my energy, and my peace. So every time you focus on your goals instead of your fears, you take your power back. Don't let distractions steal your identity. You're too powerful for that. Grand Rising Gemini, our word of the day, concentration. Concentration is the act of directing your full attention, energy, and resources toward a single goal or purpose. In life and business, concentration is the difference between progress and power. You can choose a dozen things halfway or master one thing all the way. When you focus deeply, you gain momentum, and momentum creates miracles. So today, butterflies, ask yourself, where am I spreading myself too thin? What could I achieve if I funneled my energy into my mission? All right, and our slang word of the day or phrase, 10 toes down, standing on all 10, however you want to say it. It means standing firm on what you believe, even when it's hard. Example, when life gets loud, I stay 10 toes down on my purpose. Being 10 toes down means you are unshakable. It's about standing on business, even when the world tests your patience. Cardi B is the perfect example. She didn't fold under criticism or pressure. She kept her vision solid, her heart real, and her goals non-negotiable. So whatever your dream is, stand 10 toes down. Let nothing move you off your purpose. All right, on to our news headlines for today. We got New York. City Council approves a $20 million expansion in funding for minority-owned businesses and tech startups, with priority given to Bronx and Harlem entrepreneurs. Officials say it's part of a larger effort to close racial wealth gaps and promote community-led growth. Los Angeles. Hollywood productions are back in motion after strike resolutions between actors and producers. Studios are now adapting diversity-based hiring mandates, opening doors for Black and Latino creatives behind the scenes. Chicago. Community leaders announced a new urban agricultural initiative to transform vacant lots into food-producing gardens in South Side neighborhoods. Atlanta. Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport expands its international network with new routes to Lagos, Nigeria, and Accra, Ghana, boosting tourism and cultural exchanges across the diaspora. Well, good morning, blessed King Toad. Houston, green energy leaders meet today for the city's first ever environmental equity conference, highlighting how sustainability can create jobs in low-income neighborhoods. Washington, D.C. Congress approves a $4 billion small business support package, with new microloans for women entrepreneurs in tech and creative industries. Miami. Officials celebrate the lowest hurricane impact season in a decade, a blessing for coastal businesses and tourism. Tampa. Local nonprofits launch a Back to Work Tampa career fair focusing on veteran employment. Tarpon Springs. Good morning, Dad. Cultural tourism rises 12% as the city expands its Greek heritage festivals. Milwaukee. Morning, Reed. City introduces a pilot program to fund childcare for working mothers pursuing higher education. Jackson, Mississippi. Federal grant announced for city's water infrastructure rebuild, aiming to modernize filtration and provide clean water to every household. Vancouver. Parliament passes a landmark housing affordability bill offering tax initiatives for first-time homebuyers. In Toronto, Mayor launches a Caribbean business exchange program to strengthen ties between Toronto and Kingston entrepreneurs. Kingston, bless up everyone. Jamaica Music Fest returns with record-breaking audience, featuring both international and local artists, giving a $10 million boost to the economy. Montego Bay. Government breaks ground on a new performing arts center to nurture creative talent. Ocho Rios. Construction begins on a sustainable eco resort expected to employ over 500 local workers. Negril. Youth Entrepreneurship Summit kicks off, training 300 young people in digital marketing and small business management. Cayman Islands. Financial Tech Summit begins, spotlighting cryptocurrency regulation and innovation. Nassau. Tourism rebounds to pre-pandemic levels, driven by cruise line partnerships. Nigeria. Nollywood Film Festival celebrates its 30th year, showcasing female directors and Afrocentric storytelling that's captivating the world. And Ghana. Women-led tech companies secure international investments to expand AI and software startups, putting Accra on the global innovation map. All right, that's all for news. Let's head to our weather. All right, New York. A crisp 65 degrees with golden leaves and light wind. Sweater weather perfection. Los Angeles. 83 degrees and sunny all day. A good day to chase goals and sunshine. Chicago. 52. Cloudy morning with evening rain. A cozy coat is recommended today. Atlanta. 72. Warm and clear skies. Perfect midweek mood. Houston. 79 degrees. Humid air with a soft drizzle expected around dusk. Washington, D.C. 68 degrees, mild with hints of sunshine between the clouds. They just be peeking through. Miami, 88 degrees, hot and humid with short afternoon storms. Caribbean heat vibes. Tampa, 84 degrees, partly sunny, light Gulf breeze. Tarpon Springs, 81 degrees, breezy and coastal. Ideal for outdoor cozy lunches. Milwaukee, they freezing up there in the Midwest. 48 degrees, fog early, sunshine late afternoon. Jackson, Mississippi, 75 degrees, clear blue skies and good energy. Vancouver, light rain in the morning, 59 degrees, turning cool and calm by nightfall. Toronto, 57 degrees, chilly with a gentle breeze. Kingston, 87 degrees, humid sunshine with low clouds. Montego Bay, 86 degrees, blue skies, strong sun. Ocho Rios, 84 degrees, light morning drizzle, then bright afternoon. Negril, 88 degrees, breezy and radiant, beach day certified. Cayman Islands, 89 degrees, humid with isolated showers, tropical perfection. Nassau, 85 degrees, partly cloudy with scattered storms. Lagos, 91 degrees, hot, dry, and energetic. How are you going to be energetic when it's 90-something degrees? Accra, 88 degrees, humid with soft sea winds along the coast. All right, sports. Not much in sports today, but I'll give you the recap of the NBA scores. So we had the Pistons versus the Cavaliers. And it was Cleveland 118-100. We had the Thunder and the Bucks with a final score of OKC 116-112. The Rockets and the Pelicans, final score, it was Houston 130-128. We had the Bulls and the Nuggets, final score, Denver 124, Chicago 117. We also had the Warriors and the Trailblazers. It was the Warriors 118-111. And we have the Lakers and the Suns. The Phoenix Suns 113-104. NFL, we will have tomorrow night, Thursday night football will be the Steelers versus the Bengals at 7:15 Central Standard Time on Amazon Prime. In baseball, we had the NLCS Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Brewers, and the Dodgers won 5-1. In Jamaica sports and soccer/football, Jamaica beat Bermuda 4-0 in World Cup qualifying, taking over the top spot in their group. All right, now it is time for our Women in Business feature. And we already know it's Women in Business Wednesdays. And who we have up today? The one and only Miss Cardi B. I just had to get that out my system there for the moment. So let me change my paper and my focus because I got concentration on my side today. Remember, that's our word today. So, all right, ladies and gents, it's time for Women in Business Wednesday Spotlight, where we shine the light on women who flip their hustle into an empire. And today, baby, we talking about none other than Cardi freaking B. Yes, ma'am, Miss Queen herself. That's right. Now, let me get her name right because I don't want to say it wrong, and it's not out of disrespect, but I hope I get it right the first time. Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar, otherwise known as Cardi or Cardi B, was born in the Bronx, raised between Washington Heights and the streets of High Bridge. Cardi didn't just dream success, she manifested it out loud, unapologetically, and for every, and every bag secured. Before her Grammy, before the Billboard hits, before the designer gowns, Cardi was just a Bronx girl trying to survive. She's been open about growing up in the strict Dominican, Trinidadian household, clocking in at grocery stores, and later dancing to make ends meet. And she did it all with no shame because that's what she needed to do to survive. Cardi used her personality, that raw, real, unfiltered energy, to build a following on Vine and Instagram before the world even knew what going viral really meant. And we want to give her a happy belated birthday. Her birthday was on the 11th of October. So we want to make sure we give a big old shout out to Cardi B. Happy birthday to you. Anywho, moving on. All right, so now let's be real. When Love and Hip Hop New York casted her, folks thought that she was just a comic relief, but she had a plan. She dropped her debut single, Bodak Yellow, in 2017 and made history. First solo female rapper to top the Billboard Hot 100 in nearly 2 decades. From there, Cardi just didn't rap. She roared. Albums like Invasion of Privacy went multi-platinum. She won a Grammy, and she gave us tracks that made every woman in the club yell, I don't dance now, I make money moves. Hey. All right. Now, her business sense. But here's where Cardi really showed her the boss in her. She took her fame and flipped it into a business portfolio. She got partnerships and investments with Fashion Nova, Reebok, Pepsi, and her own liquor brand, Whip Shots. If y'all ain't had that, that's some good whipped cream. Because it's vodka infused whipped cream that had the internet going crazy at one point. I remember having some, and it's pretty good. And it'll get you a little tipsy too. And she's not just stopping there. Cardi's got her own entertainment company, Wash Poppin' Incorporated. And she's behind the scenes negotiating her own contracts. Oh, and don't forget her political voice. She speaks up on taxes, injustice, and women's rights. That's leadership with lashes. So her businesses that I have found are Revolve Beauty. She's launching or planning to launch a joint venture with Revolve Group to roll out fashion and beauty lines. Her team includes her stylist and her manager as partners in her venture. She still also has Whip Shots, it's vegan, y'all, vodka infused whipped cream. This is a fun, bold move. She helped launch Whip Shots in December 2021. And as of March 2024, it has sold over 5 million cans. Her media ventures, media TV, and content, she created and executively produced a web series called Cardi Tries on Facebook Messenger, running from 2020 to 2023. She sometimes uses her persona, interviews, social media, and court appearances for her brand movements. She turns movements into marketing, which is smart. Her awards this year, I didn't get a date yet, but she's set to receive the ASCAP Voice of the Culture Award, recognizing her influence on music and culture. She already has multiple accolades in songwriting and in music. Her musics have been her debut album, which was Invasion of Privacy, which was released in 2018. That one cemented her as a force. Some major hits she had was Bodak Yellow, I Like It, Up, and WAP with Megan Thee Stallion. Collaborations, she's worked with Lizzo on Rumors, Megan Thee Stallion, Bongos, Kanye West, Rosalia, etc. Recent singles leading to her upcoming album, Outside, dropped June 20th. That's the lead single from her second album. Imaginary Players was released August 15th. So her upcoming and recent album is titled Am I the Drama? Her second studio album, which was released September 19th. It's 23 tracks long, which includes hits like Up and WAP. WAP. To promote the album, she's launched her Little Miss Drama Tour in 2026. And I'm hoping, rather, I'm going to claim that myself and the women of Women in Unscripted will be there to see one of her shows. She also leans into dramatic visuals. Blackbirds, ravens, or crows feature heavily in her visuals, artwork, and her concept. So her social media, she uses her massive social media presence to amplify product drops, public appearances, and endorsements, etc. Her discourse around ownership, legacy, and representation plays into how she positions her brand just beyond music. Righty. All right, what else did I have? I have so much on her. I just don't want to be repeating the same stuff. All right, so key points regarding Cardi B. Afro-Latina visibility. Cardi B proudly embraces her Dominican and Trinidadian roots, bringing Afro-Latina identity into the spotlight. Her presence challenges narrow beauty standards and expands what success looks like in entertainment and in business. Her lyrics, interviews, and business moves reflect a feminism rooted in survival, hustle, and self-worth. She speaks to women who've been overlooked, underpaid, and underestimated, and she does it with flair. From Fashion Nova collabs with her Whip Shots brand, Cardi's ventures center urban glam and bold femininity. She builds platinums that reflect her audience's style, not just elite trends. All right. And her recent moves, of course, we said that she has released her sophomore album, And My Drama. She continues to dominate fashion weeks, award shows, and social media. She is expecting her fourth baby, and she's still making money moves and cultural ones too. She is rooted in resilience. Just from her upbringing to where she started to where she is now, she's very, very a woman to look after and take heed to of everything that she's done. A lot of people might not agree with things that she's done or that she said, but you can't give her props, period. So today, let's salute a woman who took her pain, her past, and her personality and built a throne out of it. From polls to power plays, from viral clips to boardrooms, Cardi B is proof that being yourself loudly and proudly is the best business move you'll ever make. This has been Women in Business Wednesday Spotlight, reminding you the next big empire just may start with your next bold step. Stay focused, stay fearless, and always stay true to yourself. All right, that was my segment on Cardi B. I hope I did her proud. All righty. On to the rest of the show. I have like 30 pieces of paper on the floor, y'all. Y'all just can't see it. Good morning, Chief. Book club. We are on Law 23, which is concentrate your forces. Concentrate your forces teaches us that energy is like currency. If you spend it everywhere, you'll end up broke and exhausted. But when you invest in it intentionally, you create power, results, and wealth that will last. This law tells us to put our focus where it matters most, not on everything, but on the main thing. Cardi B mastered this law without ever cracking a book. She poured every ounce of her hustle her hustle into music before branching out into beauty and business. That's what concentrate your forces looks like in real life. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters better. Your power multiplies when your focus narrows. That's law. All right, our cause of the day. Hold on, something's going on with my screen. One moment, sorry. Our cause of the day is tuberculosis. Today's cause is a disease that still affects millions globally, especially in resourced communities. Tuberculosis is a contagious bacterial infection caused by, y'all know I mess up words with medically all the time, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It mainly attacks the lungs, but can spread to other organs like kidneys, spine, and the brain. Symptoms: a cough that lasts longer than 3 weeks, chest pain, coughing up blood, night sweats, fatigue, weight loss, and fever. Prevention: TB is spread through the air, so early detection and treatment are crucial. The BCG vaccine can prevent severe cases, and improving ventilation in homes and workplaces can lower risk. Treatment: TB is treatable with antibiotics, but treatment requires strict adherence for 6 to 9 months. The biggest challenge is patients stopping treatment too early, which causes drug-resistant TB strands. Resources: CDC TB hotline, which can be reached at 1-800-CDC-INFO, or WHO Global TB program, at www.who.int/TB. Awareness saves lives. The goal isn't just to treat TB, it's to educate communities and protect families worldwide. All right, on to our fun facts of the day. All right, fun fact. Did you know that butterflies taste with their feet? It's true. They use sensors on their legs to taste the plants they land on. The lesson: even beauty needs grounding. It's not about flying high if you can't stay centered. Our fun holiday of the day, which I thought was funny, is National I Love Lucy Day. We're celebrating Lucille Ball, the first woman to own her own television studio. She produced and starred in shows that opened doors for women in entertainment and business. Lucy's courage to take creative control of her career in the 1950s is the same energy Cardi B embodies today. Women who don't wait for permission to lead. All right, Miss Lucy. All right, on to our African American history for today. Dad, I did try to find some new ones for you. So I got Harriet Tubman, the entrepreneur. After freeing hundreds through the Underground Railroad, Tubman became one of the first Black women to own property in New York. She opened a home for the elderly and reinvested in her community long before philanthropy was a buzzword. We also have Maggie Lena Walker, the banker. Born in 1864, Maggie became the first Black woman to own and run a bank, the St. Luke Penny Savings Bank in Richmond, Virginia. She empowered her community to pool their money and build economic power. Providing financial freedom is the foundation of equality. 1960s Black business co-ops. During the civil rights era, co-ops gave Black entrepreneurs access to shared resources, a movement that sparked modern Black-owned business networks today. These co-ops were rooted in community economics, where Buy Black wasn't a slogan, it was survival. Harriet built the path. Maggie built the bank. The co-ops built the culture. And we're still walking in their legacy. Our African American inventors, Harry T. Sampson invented the gamma electric cell, a key advancement in the technology that eventually led to our cell phones. Without Sampson, our scroll and stream world wouldn't even exist. Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson, the first Black woman to earn a PhD from MIT. Her research in telecommunications made modern inventions like the caller ID, touch-tone dialing, and the fiber optics possible. Mark E. Dean, computer scientist and co-creator of the IBM personal computer. His work paved the way for color monitors and computer processors we still use today. These innovators reminds us that Black brilliance isn't new. It's the blueprint. Every tap on a smartphone, every call made, every byte of data processed carries their legacy. All right, and our boss move for today is simple. Say no to distraction so you can say yes to direction. Every business owner, artist, and dreamer needs to guard their focus like a treasure. You can't build an empire without babysitting chaos. Protect your peace, protect your purpose, and stop apologizing for boundaries. Remember, Cardi B didn't split her time trying to please everyone. She stayed in one lane, mastered it, and expanded her own terms. So focus is free, but the most expensive thing you can, also the most expensive thing you can lose. Piggybacking off of that, our finance tip of the day, the focused budget. Today's money mantra, your budget is your business plan. A focused budget separates maintenance money, which is bills and essentials, from multiplication money, investments, education, and growth. You can't multiply what you don't manage. So set 3 buckets. Living expenses for your roof, food, transportation. Business growth, marketing, branding, equipment, and education. And future freedom, savings, debt payoff, and investments. If it doesn't help one of these 3 categories, it's not in your budget, period. Focused money flows toward focused goals, and that's how wealth begins. All right, our tech tip of the day is automate to elevate. Today's tech tip is about automation because doing everything manually is a one-way ticket to burnout. So try these tools. 1, it's called Zapier. Connects apps and automates repetitive tasks. Think sending invoices, social posts, or email updates automatically. Another one is called ClickUp. Manages projects and deadlines in one sleek workspace. Then there's also Google Workspace. Perfect for syncing calendars, documents, and communication across teams. Automation isn't laziness, it's leadership. Free your time so you can focus on what makes money or what feeds your soul. Remember, machines do repetition. Humans do creation. All right, in our music and entertainment news, I first want to acknowledge the sadness that we all felt yesterday, hearing about the passing of our beloved D'Angelo. The world is mourning the loss of R&B icon D'Angelo, who passed away peacefully at 51. Known for his velvet voice, deep lyrics, and genre-defining classics like Untitled, How Does It Feel, and Brown Sugar, D'Angelo's music became the soundtrack of love, liberation, and Black sensuality in the 90s and 2000s. And that video, ooh, Lord. Okay, I flipped for a second. I'm sorry. Artists across generations, from Alicia Keys to Maxwell, have shared emotional tributes, calling him a once in a lifetime artist whose soul lived in every note. D'Angelo's legacy isn't just music, it's movement, one that made vulnerability power for Black men and reminded us all soul never goes out of style. Rest in heaven, D'Angelo. All right, Halle Bailey launches Siren Sounds label for female artists. Fresh off the success of The Little Mermaid, singer and actress, I don't know, am I saying it right? Halle Bailey is turning her creative power into opportunity for others. Her new label, Siren Sounds, is designed to amplify young Black female artists in R&B, soul, and alternative genres. Halle said, "This label is about women writing their own stories and owning their voices. The first, the first signees are expected to drop singles early next year. And yes, sis is bringing mermaid magic to the music business." Hint, hint. All right. We also have Burna Boy and Her announced 2026 Lights and Legacy Tour. Two global giants, Burna Boy and Her, have teamed up for a powerhouse world tour blending Afro beats and R&B. The Lights and Legacy Tour kicks off spring of 2026 with stops in Accra, Toronto, New York, and Kingston, uniting fans through rhythm and roots. Both artists say the tour celebrates the future of Black music without borders. Expect soul, strings, and serious fire. This one's going to sell out fast. All right, in our celebrity gossip, we have Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert spark Paris reunion rumors. After months of speculation, power couple Tiana and Iman were spotted hand in hand at Paris Fashion Week. The two look stunning, and insiders say their chemistry felt like old times. Whether it's a rekindling or just good vibes, fans are already shipping their reunion and begging for a season 2 of their hit reality series. Kerry Washington and Shonda Rhimes joined forces for Netflix political thriller. It's giving powerhouse. Actress Kerry Washington is teaming back up with legendary producer Shonda Rhimes for a new Netflix original series rumored to be a political thriller with a scandal twist. The show will follow a high-powered lobbyist navigating corruption in D.C., and both women are serving as executive producers, putting two Black queens back in control of their narratives. 50 Cent teases his own streaming platform. In true mogul fashion, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson announced he's building his own independent streaming platform to rival industry giants. Known for turning shows like Power and BMF into franchises, 50 says he's tired of corporate control. He wants to create a hub where independent filmmakers and artists can thrive. Love him or not, 50 stays making boss moves. All right, our celebrity birthdays today. One, Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole turns 42 today. Usain Bolt turns 38. And Latia Wright is 32. She's known for the Black Panther. She was in Black Panther. Well, Grand Rising from Nigeria. Grand Rising. All right, on to our lifestyle segment. Our old standby soul food recipe of the day is smothered turkey wings with collard greens and cornbread. They give me the itis just even thinking about it at this point. So that's our recipe for today. Our beverage of today is blackberry mint lemonade spritz. And it is what it is. It's blackberries, lemonade, mint leaves, sparkling water or ginger ale, over ice, crushed ice. All right, men, listen up. You know what I'm going to say about y'all today. Men, go to the doctor. Men, go to the doctor. Men, go see the doctor. Your health tip for today, though, protect your lungs, especially if you smoke or work in physical labor. Do monthly breathing exercises, hydrate often, and schedule yearly screenings. I'll say that again for the men in the back that did not hear me. Schedule yearly screenings. Health is wealth, King. Protect your investment. Women's health tip of the day: iron equals energy. You've been feeling fatigued, dizzy, or foggy. It may be because your iron is imbalanced. Add leafy greens, beans, and lean meats to your diet, and check with your doctor before taking any supplements. And a strong woman doesn't need to look good. She feels good from within. Relationship tip of the day: partnership isn't ownership, it's alignment. Let me say that again because a lot of people get that really confused. And then they wonder why they only last 2 weeks. Partnership is not ownership. It's alignment. Whether it's love, friendship, or family, the people in your life should help you move forward, not hold you back. Stop chasing people who make you shrink. Love should lift you higher, not weigh you down. So for couples, healthy love thrives. Healthy love thrives. Communication, not competition. Stop trying to win arguments and start trying to understand your partner. Schedule check-ins like you do meetings once a week. No phones, no distractions, just listening and reconnecting. Remember, partnership isn't without perfection. It's about progress together. Together. For friends, good friends water your roots, not drain your energy. If you always leave a conversation feeling smaller, that's not no friendship. That's emotional death. Surround yourself with people who speak your name in rooms you're not even in, and clap when you win. Loyalty is loud. It's consistent. That's for us Leos. Loyalty is the big one. So loyalty isn't loud. It's consistent. All right. For family, setting boundaries doesn't mean you love them any less. It means you love yourself enough to protect your peace. Family can be complicated. That is very true. But peace, that's priceless. You can honor them and still heal from them. Healthy distance is sometimes the most loving act of all. Relationships are like gardens. Love is the sunlight, but boundaries are the fence that keeps your peace protected. Oh my goodness. Yes. All right. Our quote of the day: concentrate all your thoughts upon work at hand, on the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to focus. Alexander Graham Bell. That's what he said. That's what he said. All right. Our horoscopes for today: Aries. You've been sprinting lately. Pause and realign. Focus your fire on one goal instead of chasing 10 sparks. Taurus. Security matters to you, but don't but don't let comfort block your calling. Something new is ready to bloom. Trust the shift. Gemini. Communication is your power today. So say what you've been holding in, but choose words that heal, not harm. Cancer. Home is your sanctuary. Declutter your space and your emotions. Release what's been weighing you down. Leo. Your center stage, and rightfully so. Use your light to lead, not to prove. People are watching. Teach them confidence, not arrogance. Gang, gang. Virgo, it's time to stop overanalyzing and start executing. Your plan is solid. Trust it. Libra, balance is back, baby. You're leaning to say no. You're learning to say no with grace. Protect your energy. Peace is priceless. Yes, it is. Scorpio, a transformation is brewing. Don't resist it. The old version of you can't come with you to the next level. Sagittarius, your wanderlust is calling, whether it's travel, learning, or new ventures. Chase expansion, not escape. Capricorn, stability is your strength, but vulnerability is your superpower today. Share what's real. People respect your honesty. Aquarius, innovation leads to recognition. Pitch that wild idea. It's not too crazy. It's visionary. And Pisces, your dreams are vivid for a reason. Write them down. The universe is revealing a blueprint for your next big move. So focus on magnetic today. When your mind is clear, your blessings know where to land. All right. On tomorrow's show, which will be Throwback Thursday, we'll be rewinding time and tapping into nostalgia, lessons, and laughter. It's Throwback Thursday. And we're going to dive into songs that raised us, fashion trends that shaped our swagger, and stories that built our strength. We'll revisit classic artists, old school love advice, and iconic moments that remind us of how far we've come. Because you can't know where you're going if you forgot where you came from. Our upcoming Lux Radio's upcoming events. I just want to remind everyone of the shows that we have here on Lux Radio every week. On Tuesdays, we have Kickback with Cookie at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have every other Wednesday, not this Wednesday though. We have Women Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Thursdays, we have Chief and Go at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And soon, starting December 5th, we will have on Friday, Live and Learn with Gemini Goddess at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'm also going to mention we are also going to have a show called Gracefully Blunt, Truth with No Chaser with Mia Moscato. Stay tuned for details regarding that show. I also now want to shout out our sponsors, who are Bello Burn Hot Sauce, flavor that bites back. That's some good hot sauce too. RAS Herbals, Wellness the Natural Way, and Calorane Candles, where scent meets soul. They smell so good. All right, my final word, my closing statements. Oops, I'm stuck here. All right, today's show was about focus, not just business, but in life. Cardi B showed us what happens when a woman refuses to fold and chooses to be nothing but herself. From the Bronx to the boardroom, she's proof that your past doesn't define your purpose. Your perseverance does. We learned from Law 23 that shattered energy brings shattered results. From the streets to the suites, the women who win are the ones who concentrate their forces. We honored our history, celebrated Black brilliance, and centered our health, wealth, and wellness. So as you move through today, remember this. Protect your focus like it's gold, because it is. Your purpose is calling. Don't let anyone send it to voicemail. I'm Mel B, reminding you to keep it cute, keep it cautious, keep those butterfly wings in motion. And just from today's show, Defining Cardi B, I think I'm going to walk all day like the I am. Y'all can fill in the rest of the words. Until tomorrow, I'll see you in the morning, my beautiful butterflies. And I said what I said, period.